This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
I am the world's biggest underachiever. When it goes to exercise, I think about what's the quickest way to get it done. And when I love to walk. I don't like to run. I love to walk. And when I walk, I'll get the Google Maps out, and there's a cool feature where you can put a pin, and then you can draw a line to figure out, how far you're going to go. So I'll find 4 miles and stop exactly. The person you're about to meet is the antithesis of that. His name is Karl Bushby, and he is right now walking the longest unbroken footpath in history. And I'm talking about some wicked places. He is actually in the walk right now. Good morning, Karl. Where are you right now?
Good morning. Right now I am sitting outside a small gas station about 140 kilometers south of Budapest in Hungary.
Wow. That ain't no green screen. He's actually there.
You got a nice sunset happening right now as well. So yeah. Beautiful.
So this has been like an unbroken 27-year walk around the world since 1988 or 1998. I want to know what sparked this idea, Karl.
You and I do not have time. The short answer, though, is, you could write a book about that simple question. But it's just an enormous challenge. This thing came about while I was in the Army. So me and the boys would bounce an idea of one another, and they basically told me that I couldn't do it. And as a young paratrooper, it's a really bad idea to dare a young paratrooper to go and do something stupid because he's going to go and do it. So 27 years later, we're almost finished. We're on that closing stretch.
Where was the starting point? You started where?
It was Punta Arenas, so right down at the southern tip of South America.
And then you went what direction from there? Because I'm looking on the map where you are right now in the middle.
So the route basically goes up through into Patagonia and then across into Chile, and then we follow Chile all the way up. And it's all the way up South America, and then you're up through into Central America through the Darien Gap, and then up Central America along the Pacific coast. And then we came into the U.S., into Arizona, up through Arizona, and then eventually ended up leaving through Montana to Canada, then up Alaskan Highway to Fairbanks. You leave the road at Fairbanks, you cross Alaska into the winter, and then you end up on the Stewart Peninsula.
Yeah, but right there in Alaska, didn't you have to go on some ice or something? You had to go on
Well, that's it.
That's that?
Yeah. Dude. Once you leave Fairbanks, you're on, basically, then we have to use the frozen rivers as highways to get to that closest point to Russia, the Stewart Peninsula, right out there, the last facet of civilization, a place called Wales, Alaska. A couple of hundred people live there on the coast. And then from there, it's across the Bering Strait, arriving into Russia, into the Brezhnev Peninsula. And then you're through far northeast Russia, into Siberia, then down into Mongolia, China, Kazakhstan, and then across the Caspian, and then you got the Caucasus, and then you're down into Turkey. Then from Turkey, I'm up into Europe. So the last couple of months have been Bulgaria, Romania, and here I am in Hungary.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're just outside of Budapest now, and I know you had some trouble crossing into the border of Russia. But aside from that, have you ever trekked into or through or around an active war zone?
Well, yeah, there was the Darien Gap was an active war zone, and we had to basically get from, everyone pull out your maps, you have to get from Medellin, and then you get out from Medellin about 50 km, and then basically you had to get through the front line of a fight between FARC, which was a left-wing guerrilla group that was fighting the Colombian army. This was back in 2000. So we had to I had to get across that front line of the fighting into the jungle, get through that jungle into Panama, and that was an adventure.
Are you making a documentary about this? Do you have a team, or do you have anything going on around you to I mean, this is so many years of walking. Again, we're talking to Karl Bushby, walking the longest unbroken footpath in history. You are making a doc?
I'm sponsored by a production company from Los Angeles and have been for the last 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And have amassed a considerable amount of video. We're still filming. So that's going to be put to good use.
I can't even imagine the physical toll and the mental toll this has had on you over the years. Have there been any incidents where you have been injured and had to have gone to a hospital?
I mean, I've been pretty lucky. I think probably the worst one was way back in Patagonia when I ended up trying to fix the machines that I pull and push like this thing. And I stabbed myself in the wrist and ended up literally jetting blood into the desert in Patagonia. Ooh. Thinking, well, this isn't good. Like in rhythm with my heartbeat, which is always alarming. But I managed to arrest it. And I nicked the artery, but I hadn't severed an artery. That was the difference.
Well, that's good.
So I was able to throw some stitches in that and splint it and got away with it.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Family Matters amplifies the loudest and the proudest political voices in the Black community today.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ Pearson. There's so many incredible perspectives here in the Black community that you're going to hear from each and every week.
Because faith matters, country matters, and family matters.
This is exactly what the mainstream media was missing by not actually going to Black churches, going to Black barbershops, talking to the people at the forefront of this change in the community. Let me start here.
Family Matters with CJ Pearson.
Each and every week. We'll see you here. Talk to you soon.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
How much do you eat? Like, how much food are you taking in with all the walking that you're doing, and how is your weight? Is it stabilized? Are you losing a lot?
It bounces around a lot. I mean, I eat fine right now. I mean, right now, you got little villages and towns, gas stations like this one here. So as long as you've got some cash, you can eat pretty good. I mean, not that you'd call gas station food good.
Yeah, if you could see Karl right now, this is no joke. Some people listening might be like, oh, he's probably, at some fancy hotel. No, he's on the side of the road in Budapest.
No, yeah.
But
my weight's fine. My weight, I eat bad. You eat bad food. This is gas station food that I'm living on. But at the same time, you're walking 20 miles a day.
Have there been any towns or villages that know you're coming and they welcome you, and maybe you get up in a nice bed instead of sleeping in the woods sometimes?
Yes, it happens. In fact, it wasn't far down the road there that happened. Maybe a week ago in Romania. Well, just before I left Romania, there was a bunch of people that were waiting for me in a village. Someone had driven past, they stopped, confirmed it was me. Then I got to the village and there was a group of people waiting in the road. And I ended up spending 2 days there.
I'm sure there's so many emotions, Karl, as you approach, the finish line and stuff. What is going to be the first thing that you do besides taking a vacation? Like, what's going to be the first thing you want to do?
Not take a walk.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's going to be a very strange day. The day I walk up and I'm not on the mission anymore, it's going to be a weird day. I mean, literally everything that I've been doing for the last 27 years, in some way or another, is focused on making progress. Even those times that we've been stuck, like you mentioned about the continuous journey, but it's not a continuous journey in the sense that like I'm doing this every day, because there's been big periods where I've been stuck, stranded, the pandemic, visa bans, the financial crisis. Some of these things have cost me years where we've had to figure out what to do in the interim. And so, but I've never been home. So always kind of wherever I am, wherever I have to be, we've been focused on trying to get back on the road, or having to be very patient, like the pandemic, where you have to nothing but wait for the world to sort itself out.
Going through all these areas, have you ever stumbled into like some kind of crazy ass tribe or something that wanted to like kidnap you and put you on a stake?
No, not that bad, but you do meet some interesting peoples. I mean, like getting through the Darien Gap and spend a lot of time with the Puna Indians. You spend a lot of time in Alaska or Siberia with Athabascans or the Inuit or the Chukchi people, for example. You'll meet a lot of different cultures in some very remote parts of the world, which is a fantastic experience.
How can people follow you along besides on Instagram, Bushby3000, right? Are there other areas you send people to? I'm sure people are fascinated.
I think the one to follow me on Instagram is actually the Westbound Horizons.
Oh, okay, because I saw Bushby3000. That's not you?
Yeah, that's an old one that still exists.
Oh, back when you just started your walkout. You've already outgrown it.
That was the first time I used a phone, and that's when I had to walk across the United States after a visa ban from Russia. And I walked from Los Angeles, from my sponsor's base, to the Russian embassy in D.C., like 3,000 miles in the wrong direction, while we ran a campaign to try and convince the Russians to let me back into Russia, which worked, oddly enough.
You got stories.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the proper Instagram to follow is which one?
Westbound Horizons.
Okay.
Westbound Horizons.
Yeah, if you can find that, that's the one we've been using ever since the Caspian Sea swim, yeah.
Perfect. Karl Bushby, thank you for joining us. This is a fascinating story, walking the longest unbroken footpath in history. He's doing it right now, and as you heard, you can follow along on Instagram. Karl, thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
We are 99X.
Mic Drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritland. It's raw.
So you do 4 platoons and 7 years at Team 3 when you go to the jump team.
Scariest job I had in the Navy until people started shooting at me.
Yeah.
It was a blast, though.
It's unfiltered.
At what point did you decide I'm done with the SEAL teams?
If you only knew how the Navy works, we don't have an enemy to fight, like we'll eat each other.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
They're not looking for the best guy, they're looking for the right guy.
Yeah.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.